I want to circle back to one of our top stories, which is the House prosecution team submitted to the impeachment clerk of court a manifestation with a resubmission of its entry of appearance along with a separate pleading. Hindi ko alam exactly what that means, so let's bring in someone who might understand and who should. Attorney Reginald Tongol, Senate Impeachment Court spokesperson. Good afternoon, Attorney. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Attorney.
All of you.
So first off, Attorney, can you confirm that the natanggap na po ng Senate yung manifestations ng House today?
Yes, we received by 1:05 p.m. the manifestation with re-entry of appearance and also the submission of the House of Representatives at around 1:06 p.m.
Okay. And then just very quickly, for the people who don't understand, who are not lawyers, ano po yung, for lay people like us, what's the significance of this and what exactly are they saying here?
They're actually saying that the appearance that they filed last March is being manifested and re-entered again into the records. Because as we said before, when they filed it in March, the impeachment court hasn't convened yet. And so since the court has convened afterwards, last June 10, then they have to file it specifically straight to the court. And that's what they did today.
So resubmission lang po noong kanilang first manifestation nung March, nung hindi pa buo yung trial court. Pero sir, ito po, if I understand correctly, merong pangalawa. Kasi merong manifestation about the entry of appearance ad cautelam, which I think refers to the entry of appearance ng defense. Kasi may ad cautelam eh. Tama ho ba? That's a different manifestation pa. And what exactly was that manifestation?
Well, they're just manifesting in the second paragraph based on just a mere reading of the manifestation itself that their re-entry of appearance or resubmission of their entry of appearance is not without any reservation and without any caution. It means that they are recognizing the jurisdiction of the court and comparing it to what the defense has filed before.
Okay. So they're only making reference to the defense manifestation.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought they were questioning. Oh, sige. Ami, you're saying?
Attorney, may sagot na siya, di ba? Merong sagot na yung mga abogado ni Vice President Sara. And it all boils down to yung daw impeachment complaint. It's just a piece of paper. So kung gano'n na, anong takbo nun? Yung gano'ng klaseng argumento, you're not arguing on the merits, basta gusto mong i-invalidate lahat. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Yung ganong klaseng, we're not lawyers, sabi nga ni Reg.
Yung ganun lang po na technical grounds po, na-explain na po yan ni Attorney Bukoy, no? Yung kanilang, kung ano yung basa nila doon sa ipinal ng Vice Presidente, yung answer ad cautelam nila, at nakalagay po doon, katulad ng ipinahayag natin several days or weeks ago na talagang pag nag-ad cautelam po, usually question po yung jurisdiction. At ganun po yung ginawa ng Vice Presidente. Sinasabi niya po na invalido po yung articles of impeachment, which is consistent with her position na doon po sa pinal niya sa Supreme Court. At dahil po invalido yung impeachment complaint, wala rin pong impeachment complaint na dapat i-try po ang Senate Impeachment Court. So, yung po yung position niya na inilahad niya po doon.
But Attorney, that's one side po, which is yung questioning the constitutionality, yung the 1-year bar. But I think the other side of her argument was na parang so the impeachment court returned the articles of impeachment back to the House. So what am I going to respond to? Yan po yung kanyang argumento na parang therefore is no articles of impeachment present in the impeachment court because it's been returned. I mean, that's as far as I can understand from her argument. So just tell me lang if I'm getting it right.
Katulad po ng judicial system po natin, this is really an adversarial system, ang litigation po. So ang bawat panig po ay magbibigay ng kanilang theory of the case. At yung kabilang panig naman po, tatry po nilang basagin yung theory of the case ng kabila at isusulong nila yung theory of the case nung sa kanila. So, ang magkakapagsagot po dyan, no, at makakapag comment po dyan talaga ay yung prosecution, kung ano po yung sasabihin po nila na sagot po doon. At I think the prosecution is ready naman po na sagutin yon kasi expected naman din po nila na ganito po yung maaaring isagot ng Vice Presidente. So hintayin po natin yung sagot ng prosecution. At yun po, kung ano po yung tamang sagot po doon, the impeachment court will be the arbiter of who has a more persuasive theory.
Pero Attorney, if I remember right, when we had you here a week ago, parang you told us na na maybe remanding is not exactly what it was meant, but more of parang asking lang for, hindi talaga binalik, kumbaga, asking lang for a certification and a ratification from the lower chamber. So it's not exactly a return
Remanding
of the articles.
Tama po yun, no? Napakaingat po ng impeachment court doon sa prosesong yun. Kaya po, malamang yan din po yung sasabihin ng House Prosecutors. At pagdating po sa debate, pagdating doon sa convening ng impeachment court, kapag yan po ay naisalang na at pag-uusapan na po, isa po yun sa ikukonsidera ng mga senator judges kung ano po ba yung intention nila for doing so. At malamang po, sa malamang, ay syempre the senator judges will stand by their position na wala pong technically na papel na ipinasa o ibinalik po sa House of Representatives. It is just a constructive referral back at hindi po siya yung papel because the actual articles of impeachment has already been recognized by the impeachment court as being in the jurisdiction already of the impeachment court. Kaya nga po nag-send ng summons. So, but of course, the defense has all the right to proffer that argument, whether it is a strong or weak argument, it will be up to the court to decide po if they will be persuaded with that argument.
But the words remand, return, came from the Senate, Attorney. I mean, the media didn't make those words up. And actually, that was my first question when all of this happened. Why didn't they just issue a summons to ask the House for a clarification? Instead, at the end of their very long plenary, it was said that it is being returned back to the lower house. So now I'm confused because are you trying then to tell us that we are not to refer to it as a remanding or a return?
Yes, actually, that is what we're trying to explain for the last 2 weeks because the motion that was first proffered to the floor of the impeachment court was for the dismissal. And then Senator Judge Cayetano stood up and then offered the possibility of amending that motion by Senator Judge De La Rosa to instead not make it a motion for dismissal, but however, a motion to remand. However, after the suspension of the deliberations, and when the senator judges talked among themselves, because there was a question or an objection from the minority, which is Senator Judge Coco Pimentel, he was saying that he won't be able to understand if the remand is because it has a technical meaning. So in order for the proceedings to be shortened, it was conceded among the senator judges to not anymore use the word remand, but to make it return or refer back to the Senate.
Okay.
So technically po, yung unang motion, yung for remanding, kaya naguluhan po yung mga tayong nanonood, mga media po, no, maintindihan naman po. Pero ganun po talaga. Dahil sumisilip po tayo sa deliberasyon ng isang korte na hindi po usually nating nakikita. At dahil po sumisilip po tayo, may pagpapatuhan ng ideas po sa mga senator judges. Normal po yon sa judicial collegial bodies po na katulad nito. So, kaya po na-pick up po natin yung term na remand po, pero ang intention lamang po ng impeachment court through the deliberations is to get the compliances from the House of Representatives, not to actually throw back to the House yung actual articles of impeachment.
So lost in translation pala, attorney.
Oo nga, pero
Pero yan ang tanong ko. Hindi, ang tanong ko lang,
Tama
we have
po yan,
only...
Ma'am Ami. Marami pong mangyayaring ganyan along the way kasi po nakita naman po natin din sa mga previous experience natin with the impeachment proceedings, talaga pong merong mga pag-aaway sa mga terminologies po dyan. May mga sobrang technical po ang thinking nila sa terminologies. Meron naman pong sasabihin po nila layman's term, katulad na lamang po ng forthwith. So talaga pong kung ano pong mapipick up ng media na kakagat sa kanila, yun po yung mani-news. Pero katulad po na ina-explain natin, sa isang deliberative body po, kayo rin po kapag nag-uusap po kayo sa isang meeting, syempre nag-uusap kayo ng mga topics para dito po sa Storycon. So nagkakaroon kayo ng tunggalian ng mga ideas, ano ba dapat ang topic, etc. So ganun din po ang nangyari doon sa impeachment court. Nasulyapan lang po natin yung nangyaring proseso.
Attorney, pahabol lang kasi we have only about a week before June 13. No? May pag-asa pa ba namin makita yung mga senador will get together again to tackle the impeachment? Kahit hindi natin tawaging umpisa ng trial, pero magkikita-kita pa before the end
Of the
19th Congress.
I think based from the press con earlier of the presiding officer, he is actually targeting a convening on July 29. Because as you remember, there is still a second compliance that the impeachment court is waiting for from the House of Representatives. While we are very happy and excited po na nag-submit po kanina yung House prosecutors po nung House resolution nila to comply with the first order, meron pa pong pangalawa po. So hihintayin po natin yun hanggat po mag-convene. So ang target date po ay July 29 po.
Okay. And also, just to circle back to your previous answer, Attorney, I understand what you were saying about medyo lost in translation, but I also want to point out na nasa motion po ni Senator Alan Peter Cayetano yung words na return or remand. So, again, you know, I don't know where the disconnect here is coming from because now we're trying to say that hindi po pala siya remanding, hindi po pala siya return. So that's where I'm getting quite a bit confused kasi it was a remand, it was in the motion, and now we're trying to say it's not. But I'm so sorry, we have run out of time for today, so we will pick that up again another time. I hope you could come back to this show. Thank you so much for making time for us, Attorney Reginald Tongol, Senate Impeachment Court spokesperson.
Maraming
Thank you,
salamat po
Attorney.
sa inyo. Thank you po.